All right, in breaking news coming in, the Prime Minister's office has now issued a statement over the raging controversy over the Home Minister's son. The statement says, and I quote, "This has reference to reports appearing in a section of the media over the past several weeks mentioning the Prime Minister and referring to the conduct of some union ministers and alleged misconduct of the Home Minister's son. These reports are plain lies," the statement said, "motivated and constitute a malicious attempt at character assassination and tarnishing the image of the government. Those indulging in such rumour mongering are damaging the interest of the nation. These reports are strongly denied." Kamaljeet, my colleague, joining me over the telephone line for more on this. Kamaljeet, this statement coming from the Prime Minister's office just shortly after Rajnath Singh came out and made that statement in the media, strongly backing what the Home Minister had said.
Well, the tongues had been wagging for some time with rumours about Rajnath Singh and his son having taken some advantage of the position. But obviously, Rajnath Singh hitting back and saying these reports are malicious, followed by a statement, a strong statement by the Prime Minister's office saying that these are malicious and motivated lies. And obviously, this is an attempt at character assassination, not just of the minister, but also to tarnish the image of the government. So obviously, government has taken a very strong view of these kind of malicious rumours being spread. But this is also one of those aspects that these rumours had been doing the rounds in the corridors of power for some time now. But obviously, there was no confirmation. But obviously, Rajnath Singh, visibly very upset, had taken it up with both the Prime Minister as well as Amit Shah, the BJP president, and obviously complaining that these kind of rumours have been doing the round for some time, and they're obviously hitting at his image as the Home Minister. Remember, Rajnath Singh is virtually the number 2 after the Prime Minister. So obviously the highest level of power being challenged and obviously being questioned, the integrity being questioned at this point of time. So obviously he took this matter up with the Prime Minister and the BJP president, and they have given a strong backing to Rajnath Singh, calling these entire malicious lies and motivated charges against Rajnath Singh.
Absolutely, Kamaljeet. This is indeed a strong statement coming out, clearly backing what the Home Minister had said earlier, saying that all reports in the media are malicious and they have no truth to them. But that also indicates that the Prime Minister's office clearly not happy with the kind of rumours that have been going around within the BJP, especially after Narendra Modi took over as the Prime Minister.
Well, definitely so, and we asked that question to Rajnath Singh. We asked him as to who is behind these rumours, who is trying to hit at him, and he said this is time for investigative journalism. He's obviously upset. This could be because of some sort of infighting within the BJP, but remember, the number 2 man in BJP government is being virtually hit by these kind of rumours. Rajnath Singh coming out and saying even if the iota of truth in any of these charges, he would give in, he would quit politics forever, saying even if there is prima facie any sort of evidence against him or his son. So obviously Rajnath Singh at this point of time clearly very upset. He's taken the matter with both the Prime Minister as well as Amit Shah. So this clearly goes out to say that this has been doing the rounds, as I mentioned, for quite some time in the corridors of power. Obviously, the rumours doing the rounds both in North Block and the South Block, as well as even in the market as far as the political parties are concerned. There were whispers against Rajnath Singh and his son Pankaj doing the rounds for quite some time, but there was no substantive evidence to suggest that this was some sort of money exchange which had taken place. But definitely with Rajnath Singh coming out and saying these kind of rumours are untrue, goes to show that he was aware that these were rumours which were doing the round. And clearly at this point of time, what is shot in the arm for Rajnath Singh is the Prime Minister who's very much backing his own minister.
Absolutely, Kamaljeet. I would like you to stay on with us. Meanwhile, let's just go back and listen into what the Home Minister said when he came out in the media. A deeply hurt Home Minister saying that completely denying all those reports, calling them rumours. Let's go back and listen in.
मित्रों, विगत 15-20 दिनों से लगातार हवा में मेरे और मेरे परिवार के संबंध में अफवाहें तैर रही हैं। मैंने सोचा कि अफवाहों का कोई सिर पैर नहीं होता है, इसलिए कुछ ही दिन में यह सब सारी अफवाहें समाप्त हो जाएंगी। लेकिन मैं देख रहा हूं कि निरंतर वह अफवाहें बढ़ती ही जा रही हैं। मैं देश की जनता को आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं कि जिस दिन मेरे अथवा मेरे परिवार के किसी सदस्य के ऊपर कोई आरोप प्रथम दृष्टया भी सिद्ध हो जाएगा, उस दिन इस राजनीति को ठोकर मारकर मैं घर बैठ जाऊंगा।
सर कौन से तत्व हैं ऐसे जो
बस तत्वों की तलाश सब खोजी पत्रकारिता।
आपने शिकायत भी की जो इस तरह के रूमर्स उड़ रहे हैं आपके खिलाफ जो साजिश?
मैंने प्रधानमंत्री जी से भी बात की है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने स्वयं मेरे समक्ष आश्चर्य व्यक्त किया है।
नहीं,
संघ में किसी से बात नहीं की। मैंने राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष और प्रधानमंत्री जी दोनों साथ बैठे थे, हम सब लोग, और उस समय यह बात कही। उन्होंने भी पूरी तरह से इस पर आश्चर्य व्यक्त किया है और इसे उन्होंने पूरी तरह से बेबुनियाद और निराधार।
All right, Kamaljeet, my colleague, still with me on the telephone line for more on this story. Kamaljeet, a short while back, questions were being raised on, Rajnath Singh, but now with the PMO strongly backing him, his position really being reaffirmed because he is, holds a very powerful position in Narendra Modi's government. His integrity there, to some extent, was on the line, but the PMO statement really denying all of that, backing him, solid backing for Rajnath Singh.
Well, shot in the arm for Rajnath Singh is that, remember, the Prime Minister is supporting his own union minister who is obviously on a very powerful position. But the fact remains that not only does he mention that these are motivated lies against the union minister, but also goes ahead and says that this is a motivated attempt to tarnish the image of the government. So obviously it's not just limited to the union minister himself, but also talking about the larger question about the role played by the government and the sort of allegations coming to the highest of levels. And obviously the government, when it came in, not even 100 days over, but had talked about tackling corruption. They had alleged that UPA government was indulging in corruption at the highest of levels. So obviously, this is also a question of integrity of not just the union minister, but also the government in a larger sphere. Yes, so in that sense, if we see, there is a larger picture where the Prime Minister and both the BJP president are supporting Rajnath Singh, who seems to be in troubled times. And obviously, had been bragging for some time about these particular rumors that Rajnath Singh or his son, as for that matter, Pankaj, had taken some sort of money for the appointments. Obviously, this has caused not only disturbance, and that is why Rajnath Singh took the matter very seriously and approached both the Prime Minister and state BJP president. And if you really listen to what Rajnath Singh is saying, he said he had a meeting where they were sitting and all three of them were present.
That's
and obviously he made his displeasure known. But what has come to Rajnath Singh's rescue is the Prime Minister himself.
Absolutely. Kamaljeet, thanks so much for joining us with the latest inputs on that PMO statement. Now moving on, it's a landmark decision on the inclusion of tainted netas in central berths in cabinets, a decision that could very well be a double-edged sword for the governments. Rejecting a PIL against tainted ministers, the Supreme Court has made it clear that it was the prerogative of the Prime Minister to choose his ministers. The court, however, observed and said that the Prime Minister and Chief Ministers are expected to act as per the constitutional trust reposed in them and should not include people with criminal antecedents in their cabinet. Hearing a petition on tainted ministers, the Apex Court refused to encroach on this legislative right of the Prime Minister. In the last hearing, remember, the government had contended that only the Parliament can decide what would constitute as being a criminal past of the ministers.
मेरा ये पिटीशन था कि क्या ऐसे आदमी जिनके अगेंस्ट में गंभीर आपराधिक मामले चल रहे हैं, चार्जशीट सबमिट हो चुके हैं, कॉन्वियंस ले दिए, ऐसे आदमी क्या मिनिस्टर, प्राइम मिनिस्टर, चीफ मिनिस्टर बहाल हो सकते हैं? कोर्ट में 3 जजमेंट आए हैं। जो मेजॉरिटी जजमेंट है उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, संविधान का जो ऐसे कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं है प्राइम मिनिस्टर पर एक्सप्लिसिटली, लेकिन प्राइम मिनिस्टर को और चीफ मिनिस्टर को चाहिए कि ऐसे किसी आदमी को जिनके अगेंस्ट में चार्जशीट सबमिट हो गया हो गंभीर मामले में, या कॉन्वियंस ले जा चुका हो या चार्ज फ्रेम हो चुका हो, उन्हें मिनिस्टर नहीं अपॉइंट करें।
ये जब सही फैसला है तो संविधान के मुताबिक है। इन्होंने जो कहा है, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट की एडवाइस है प्रधानमंत्री को, उसके ऊपर प्रधानमंत्री विचार करेंगे। उनका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रेरोगेटिव है, तो अब उनका दायित्व होगा कि वो किस तरह का इल्ज़ाम है उसको ख्याल में रखते हुए अपना प्रेरोगेटिव को एक्सरसाइज करें। और मैं समझता हूँ कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बिल्कुल सही किया
So Justice Deepak Mishra's judgment is the lead judgment, and he has clearly held that though it may not be possible to read a clear limitation in the powers of the Prime Minister and Chief Minister regarding appointment of ministers on the basis of doctrine of implied limitation, the framers of the Constitution have reposed great public trust and responsibility on these high dignitaries. They should not appoint any such person who is undergoing a serious criminal charge and is being tried in the courts. For that will be against the principles of democracy, will be contrary to the discharge of public trust, and which will always be also be against public morality.
I think we welcome it. It is something that the whole country has been anticipating and waiting. And when we talk about, a certain kind of probity in public life and people living up to the expectations of the electorate, it all starts by disqualifying ministers who have any kind of a criminal case pending, or for that matter, there has been a lot of speculation in the past as well as to why governments all across the board have supported, leaders with the track record which is questionable. So we welcome it completely. And I think the good point is that the judge said that no disqualification can be prescribed. It's expected for the Prime Minister not to appoint persons against whom charges are framed and is facing a trial. And the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister should decide and act accordingly. So we welcome it completely.